the line from the US. I'm delighted to have Hillel Cooperman here to talk specifically about Oracle's Redwood UX design framework. Hi, Hillel. Thanks for joining.
Hi. Oh,
Hi.
thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here, and especially with you, Andy, and with Box Fusion in general.
Thanks, Hillel. So firstly, I think it'd be great if you could tell us about the background to Redwood UX design and I guess your role in that process.
Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate the opportunity, and we feel really lucky to have a partner like Box Fusion work with us on making sure that we have customers that are getting just absolutely excellent implementations, and at the end of the day, the way our shared customers interact with our technology is through the user experience. And I think years ago, Oracle realized that there was a gap between sort of the standard user experience for enterprise software and kind of the experience that end users were having with consumer software.
Hmm.
The experiences they're having on their phones, their $1,000 supercomputers that are in their pockets. And I think there was this sort of conceit in enterprise software that, well, enterprise software is more difficult, it's more complicated, the scenarios are more complex, and therefore the software has to be more difficult to use. And I think Oracle was the first company to say, I'm not sure we agree with that. And they invited me to come help be a part of a not just a the invention of a new design system and a new platform, but really a cultural change. You don't, and that was kind of the premise we discussed. I said, look, you don't deliver something fundamentally different by doing it the same way, just with one a new person showing up. The whole company has to change its cultural outlook in order to change the fundamental output. It's you're not just putting a new coat of paint on things. And they agreed, much to my surprise. And it was one of the most delightful things about coming to Oracle that this sort of open-mindedness, this growth mindset, this you know eagerness, this humility that I had not been anticipating and expecting, and found to be really refreshing, and was a great fertile ground on which we could grow together and learn how to make a great user experience for enterprise software. And just to be clear, it's not my place to say whether we're achieving this, but our aspiration is to make the best technology user experience in the industry, period. Not the best enterprise technology user experience, but the best one, period. Where even consumer software companies are looking at Oracle's user experiences and saying, oh, wow, that's the new bar.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you. And I guess you touched there on some of the reasons Oracle were making that investment, but can you maybe talk to us a little bit about some of the challenges that what Oracle are looking to solve and that you've been looking to solve?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that, fundamentally at Oracle, we're not looking to just there's this great book about a restaurant in New York called Danielle, called The Fourth Star, when they were trying to get their fourth New York Times star. I think I'm quoting it right. Their
Hmm.
fourth New York Times star, and it was the first one of the first restaurants that was doing haute cuisine, like super high end French cuisine, but doing 300 covers a night, 300 like seatings a
Mm.
night. And I kind of try to think of us that way sometimes. I don't know, maybe that's a prideful comparison. So maybe I shouldn't make that comparison, but certainly aspirationally, like we are trying to do really polished, high-end, consumer-grade user experiences, but at an incredibly large scale, both in terms of sophistication of the scenarios and in terms of the breadth and depth of the software that we make. We are our whole premise is we have everything you need in the back office, in the front office, in your specific industry. And so to create a design system and user experience platform that really scales to all these different use cases, right? And yet feels so it scales and yet feels bespoke. So that if you are in a CX scenario, you don't feel like you're getting some, UI that was really meant for something else, but repurposed for you and just, slightly tweaked. No, it feels bespoke for your scenario. And because at the end of the day, I think our challenge is not just making a user interface that lets you do your job as an expert in what you do, but it's one that lets you feel good after doing your job. That's what we focus on, not just the sort of functional value, but the emotional aspect of you doing your job. I mean, we're human beings, and we're not robots. We're not just at the end of the day like, how efficient was I? It's like, how did I feel at the end of the day, spending all that time at work using the tools that I was given by my employer to do my job? Did I feel seen? Did I feel respected? Did I feel effective? Did I feel like the tools got in my way or helped elevate me so that I wasn't fighting with the tools, but they were lifting me up so I could really focus on the things where I add value. So that challenge of scale and depth and maintaining quality, I think, is one of the biggest that we have, and one that I think we aspire to meet every day. And I'm really proud of the work that we're doing. And I'll add one more thing on that. The key ingredient there is discerning customers and discerning partners, frankly, like Box Fusion, like partners and customers that don't settle for good enough. Partners and customers that say, look, uh, we love this. This is great, and this thing needs work, and then work with us. Design is iterative, creative problem solving. That's what it is. And iterative means you don't always get it right on the first try. You learn as you go. And so we only learn from our customers and our partners. And I know you feel the same way. And so to have customers and partners with an incredibly high bar is what holds us accountable and makes sure that we are really nailing the details over time. And that's something I'm really delighted to put into practice every day here at Oracle.
Thank you. That's amazing to get that insight, I think, into the standards that you're holding there at Oracle, and that's great to hear. I guess finally, is there anything you'd add in terms of how you feel Oracle's differentiating from other enterprise user experiences, I guess?
Sure. Look, I mean, it's not my place to comment on them, but what I would direct your attention to the following things. The first we already discussed, which is our relentless focus on sort of consumer grade or better. I don't think we have this conceit that just because it's enterprise, it needs to be worse. I think that's kind of a cop out. The second thing is, I think that we have a focus on and a posture on, instead of users having to figure out how our system works, our system adapting itself to how users work and speak, with really a deep focus on language and conversation, right? So you don't learn our taxonomy and our nomenclature, we learn yours. And we do that with, AI and generative AI and machine learning, and making better recommendations over time, and just really having the first day of the system being the day it starts learning from you, the user, and getting better over time. I think we've earned a reputation as the company that is best at storing your data. And so it is, I think we are working hard to also earn the reputation of being the company that's best at searching and finding your data and also at visualizing your data. Um, and then finally, I would say the platform we deliver to you to customize and extend our applications as well as build your own is the very same platform. And you know this because you're our partner, is the very same platform we use to build it. So we're not giving you a subset of the tooling and APIs and services and libraries that we use. We're literally giving you the exact same platform that we use. And so all the power that we have to build our applications is available to you on day one. And I think that's a beautiful way to hold us accountable, but it's also means that you're not getting a watered down version of the capabilities. you're getting every bit of flexibility. Although I'm going to work very hard to minimize the amount of customization you need to do and make sure that out of the box, it meets your needs as much as possible. And that, where you do need to do that customization, it's just very targeted and exactly what you need to really adapt to your specific business needs. That.
100%. Thanks so much, Hillel. It's been
Of
absolute privilege to have you join us today. Thank you for spending that time and giving us the benefit of your insights and expertise. I really appreciate it.